I had some great advice from the president and advisor to the Resource Center. You remember Bruce, don't you? Bruce Porter. Good to see you, Bruce.
Good to see
always.
you.
Okay, I saw this when I walked in here. Does credit score matter in retirement? I'm going to say yes, it does.
Well, there's lots of reasons why that's important.
Sure.
And, you know, when you're retired, a lot of people, they get out of debt. They want to sail off into the sunset.
Right.
And they don't really want to borrow money. They just want to live life.
Exactly.
Well, I get that, but what if you had a crisis come up? What if you needed something? What if you had to borrow some money for whatever reason that might pop up? Well, then I think we need to pay attention to that. So we're gonna just look at some things to consider. You know, retirees are a prime target for identity thieves. And honestly, it's why a lot of people don't get a credit card or they don't go in debt.
You don't want to share that information.
That's right. And they're nervous about that.
Understandable.
And I can understand that. Checking your credit score often is going to be something that I think that people should do. I think you need to stay on top of where you're at. And if nothing else, you can just see if there's any unusual activity or what's going on. And a lot of people do this little technique of freezing their credit through the different crediting agencies, Experian and things like that. And I can see some advantages to that to protect them and things like that. We have lots of different things that we can advise on. Now, I'm not advocating that you take out a loan, but credit cards that are done correctly are a good concept.
Okay, what is correctly?
Well, you get a credit card if you're retired. Let's suggest that you get a small credit card, $1,500 balance.
Okay.
Let's just put your groceries and gas on that every month, and then at the end of every month, you just pay it off. You're gonna pay for that stuff anyway, and you've got the money to do that. But what it does, it helps keep a revolving credit. It helps keep a score because now you have a pattern of behavior, and it's going to help keep you a strong credit rating.
Right.
All right?
And that will actually build your credit rating a bit, won't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Reoccurring debt paid off, reoccurring debt paid off, that's going to help your score. Now, why does that matter? Well, you know, later on, you may want to shop for some insurance on your car, your home, like John was talking about. Well, credit score matters when you're shopping for a better price on your premium. It makes a big deal. If you have no credit because you're retired and you're not borrowing money, that could be detrimental to your insurance score.
Right.
So having a good credit rating is going to help with that. You got better odds of getting good deals on loans, refinances, things like that, because you've got revolving credit. If you go in for a loan and you're not, and you don't have a credit score, because you've not owed money for 15 years, that could be detrimental. You might get better pricing if you decide to go to healthcare assisted living. So if you want to go to 55 plus, sell out and rent an apartment, if you got a good credit score and they check that, you might get a better deal.
Well, and that can go for moving at all. If you want to downsize, you decide, oh, we'll get a little apartment.
Yep.
Just applying for, you know, that lease and everything, your credit score is going to affect it.
Yep. As life changes, as things happen, and we all get older. If we want to have simple living, maybe you want to go to the adult frat house, that I call it. If you do, that's great. But you're always going to have car insurance. And even if you're renting, you're going to have renter's insurance. And if you don't have credit, it's going to affect your premium. So if we can help in any way, call us here at the Resource Center, 882-1800. There's the QR code. Be glad to sit down and visit, help you any way we can.
That's great.
Yep.
Hey.
Good to see you. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that stuff.